What do you think of when you hear the term anti-aging? Do you think about how long you live? What if anti-aging were a completely different concept? What if it were about the benefits that you receive today, right here, right now? Hi, I'm David Schmidt, and in a moment, you're going to hear about a powerful new product called aeon. Aeon is a dramatic anti-aging technology for vibrant health, more energy, and probably most importantly, less stress in our daily lives. But aeon is a lot more than just another product. Aeon is about changing lives, and very often in some dramatic ways. I'd like you to take a moment now and listen to the story of Karen and James. Karen and James come from two very different worlds, yet found each other through a common bond. Their story is a remarkable one of perseverance, internal strength, and what's possible when you put your mind to it. Thanks to LifeWave and aeon, their gold medal attitude is now taking them to higher levels than ever before.
My mother, who had chronic pain all her life, and I grew up with that. She had depression and chronic pain, and so she would have our auntie do acupuncture on her. And occasionally I'd be asked, so what do you want to be when you grow up? And I said, well, I want to be a real doctor. So that didn't go over very well with the auntie. I went to med school, got good grades, and became a medical doctor. And loved it, except it was very hard on the body, as you can imagine. Just, 36 hours in a row, you have to be up, constantly being woken up over and over again. And unfortunately, I burnt out in my mid-30s. I got really sick and became very tired. And I remember waking up one morning and I couldn't move my head. I was just exhausted. So I said, there must be another way. I can't imagine people living like this. I refused to live my life disabled for the rest of my life. I just refused. I got enough energy to be able to do what I always loved to do in my pastime, which is figure skating. And I got back into doing that, and I was very excited and got healthy enough to even compete finally in 2005. And that's when I was introduced to LifeWave. I thought, oh, what the heck? I had 2 weeks left before my first international competition in skating in Germany, and I thought, well, I might as well try it. So here I am in Germany, and everyone else is complaining about how awful the ice is, the altitude's really hard on their lungs, and I'm thinking, I don't feel so bad. I don't know what everybody's talking about. And I just didn't really clue in. It was the patches at the time. I just thought everybody was just complaining. But when I went to do my performance, it was absolutely the most amazing performance I had ever had in my life up to that point. And I thought, wow, like athletes talk about being in the zone. I was totally in the zone. And I felt great. I didn't have pain. I wasn't short of breath. I skated my program as best as I could. There was just something about that zone that I just knew I won. And so that I brought home a gold medal for the U.S. So that was a very, very proud moment.
The first time I competed, I was an emotional wreck inside. I was like a hurricane without the eye. I was not calm at all. Because when you skate a program, I mean, 3-minute program, 2-minute program, and afterwards you're usually huffing and puffing. Now we're not as breathing as hard as we usually do. I love the calmness. There is a calmness about the patches that comes over me when they're on me. Not so stressed out.
Well, after James and I won our second adult national championships in pairs, we decided we were going to push the envelope and do some of the harder lifts. So we had our coach teach us these newer lifts where the guy's arms are completely overhead. And the star lift was one where I'm kind of cartwheeling over him, and he catches me mid-cartwheel and lifts me up almost pretty much with one arm. And it was an extremely difficult lift for us. And our cool aeon story was that on a Thursday, we had a coaching session with our Paris coach, Jeffrey, and he had us at the rink, and he was teaching us, how to do this really tough lift. And basically, James couldn't get his arm up, so Jeffrey would have to push his arm up all the way to the top. But once we were there, he could lock, and that was fine.
But I could only get her up to my shoulders. We were only getting about this high, and sometimes it would get just a little bit more, but could never get her up over. I was just like, man, I don't know how they're doing this. We just couldn't find that explosion to get her up and over.
So he was so excited, you know, when he got his aeon patches. So the next day, Friday, he started using them. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we used them for 3 days. On day 3, we went back to the rink to practice our off-ice lifts. And we get to the star lift. And so the first thing, I step into it, and boom, his arm goes all the way to the top. And I'm speechless. I'm like, oh.
It was like, it was unbelievable, basically. I couldn't believe how easy she just popped up there. Just like, bam! It's like, whoa!
And so we do it again, and again, and again, and again. 7 times we did that lift. And I'm thinking, let's see, on Thursday you couldn't do it, or we couldn't do it. 3 days of the eon patch, and now you can do it? We were speechless. We were amazed. We were like, nobody's here to see this. We're like calling our coaches on the phone that night going, oh my gosh, we did the star lift. They're like, really? Yes, we lifted it. It was really cool, you know. So we were so excited. And so now we remind each other, you have your eon patch? Oh, yeah.
So after that, we did more and more in other practices. And then I was able to hold her up over my head and do a single arm star lift where she's just over my head and I'm one hand up there. I was just like, wow, this is like very cool. Felt like we've accomplished a big hurdle right there. And the aeon patch really helped us get her up there.
There's no question that I would highly recommend them to anyone, whether it be a professional athlete or the weekend warrior who just loves what they do. And I have a lot of patients that hike, that climb, kayak, you know, marathons, you know, really big in Lake Placid. I believe that they would benefit from that, from the strength, the endurance.
What if you had the power to change someone's life for the better, starting with your own? This is what LifeWave Aeon is all about. Anti-aging is about the benefits that you receive today, not 20 years from now. You can have vibrant health, more energy, and probably most importantly, less stress in your life. So make a difference in your life and the lives of those around you. Start with LifeWave Aeon today.